Okay guys, so I didn't feel like I had enough light, and I wish I would have brought my lights to go down El Prieto. So I'm going to call this the beginner's way down Brown Mountain, and this is when you take this fire road. It used to be a fire road, but it's kind of like single track. You take it up to the saddle and then you turn around and come back down the same way. You could also take it all the way to the top and do an out and back too. But it is pretty fun, I'll give you that, because I think we forget how nice it is, especially me. I forget how nice it is to have long straights when I'm doing El Prieto, because El Prieto is switchback after switchback. So this has got long straights. You've got some fun sections into it, and I guess I could really test out these tires over the real sandy stuff, because that's the main thing about this side. It gets real sandy, but you can see these tires are just spot on and are fine with the sandy stuff. Matter of fact, I hit a real big sand spot coming over here that it used to always make me feel like I was going to wash, and didn't even phase these tires. The extra width of a 2.8 on an I-45 rim makes such a big difference. You will be pedaling a little bit more on this section. Well, the very beginning, the rest you won't, but it gets to be a little bit more pedally, I guess. This is the steepest part, I think, but man, these tires just float. And you guys that have 275 plus, like a what is it, the Trek Stash or the Specialized Fuse, you know what I'm talking about. 275 plus is a great hardtail, and it really is a great riding bike. And I'm not sure why they've kind of neglected that little niche of bikes, but I'm going to keep it going with my bikes, and this will not be my last 275 plus build. As I told you, I'm thinking of getting a new frame, perhaps a tie frame or a custom steel frame, and it's either going to be 275 plus with these wheels, or maybe some other wheels. I might make some lighter wheels, or it's going to be a 2.9 plus, and I already have some 2.9 plus light wheels with those Stance Barron carbon rims. So, and if I wanted to go maybe something a little bit different, I would go with something that I really like, the Jones rims, and I really like the Jones bikes too. I'm thinking more and more about that, but that's a bigger commitment, because it is getting a lot of different stuff that I don't have, specifically the rims. Hello. I mean, not the rims. I mean, I have rims, but I guess I would want to build up with his rims. But the hubs, because he has I think it's a 150 millimeter front hub, and then you would want to get that fork. What's the point of getting a Jones bike unless you get that truss fork that's a really nice fork that kind of goes with it. And he has tie frames, and that's probably what I'd want to do, just because of the weight. His frames, either way, tie or steel, are production frames. They're not custom anymore. I think a long time ago, I'm pretty sure a long time ago, he did custom, but now everything's production and made overseas. But that, don't put them, I don't hold that against. I mean, I have two Esker bikes that are made offshore, and they're fine. I mean, I would prefer American if I'm going to go custom though. I'm going to go either American or European, something from the UK, or even, I was even thinking, and this is a thought, you guys, if you're listening still, what about the Scarab? Have you heard about the Scarab? That's a bike from Colombia, and they make custom steel frames in Colombia, and I really like, there was a interview with the owner of that company from Gravel Cyclist, and very interesting story, very artistic frames with the paint jobs, although you don't really want to go all out on a paint job on a mountain bike, because a mountain bike is going to get scratched up, but they are really pretty. But just the fact that it's custom and it's made in a little small area in Colombia, and getting something from craftsmen, you know, people that focus on their craft, focus on wanting to make something that's to remember them by, as opposed to something that's mass produced in a factory by people that are probably slave labor. See how much faster you can go down this way? It is a faster run. If you want a faster run, come down this side, you will get a faster run. And you need to do it on a night ride, because the night rides are really cool for the fact that you're going to be the only one going down the trail for the most part, unless you go early in the evening and then there's more people coming up. But also this time at night is cool because you can still see, but even if you're on a night ride and there are people coming up, you'll see their lights, so that's kind of cool. And I've done it at night many times. I've done this at night more times than I've done anything else at night. Done El Prieto a lot at night, but my wife doesn't like me going down LP alone at night. Probably not the safest thing to do, but I do it anyway, and I like it. It is cool. I like using my lights for single track. Oh my god, but I do, I'm loving this. Loving the high speed. So if you want high speed descents and pretty mellow, it's not too chunky. It gets a little chunky up here, but the chunk is nothing for these big 275 plus tires. It literally is. This bike, I swear, has more travel than my old full suspension. It was a 120 millimeter. I feel more travel on this. Now that was 26-inch wheels with 120, but I'm just saying it is more travel than a 26-inch wheel bike with, I think it was 120 or 5 or 130 in the rear, and then I had a 144. I can't remember exactly. It was the Titus Switchblade, guys. I don't know if you remember that bike, but that was my first full suspension and 26-inch wheels, and it was a fun bike. Titus and Kirk Kokalis has a new Switchblade. It's not new. I think it's like 2 years old, but that's why he calls it the Switchblade. He called it the Switchblade back when he was a owner of Titus, sold that company, and then he started Pivot, and now Pivot has that Switchblade. So it's a nice transition. It's a big bike though. It's a not quite as big as their Firebird, but it is a bigger hit trail bike. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching, and see how dark it is right here. If I would have done the single track, I would have made it before it got too dark, but why not just do this for fun? Show you the beginner way down and show you how this looks going fast and on my 275 plus setup. Man, I love this 275. I forget why I take it off and go back to 29, but I do like the 29 too. But this is so loose right here. Got a little drop right here. There's a drop to flat. This is loose up here. If you go up here, not too loose. And then I got one more section I'll show you with a little side jump. Listen to those Hadley hubs. Man, those things just run forever. That's it. I love my wheels. I really do, you guys. Okay, so here's the little extra jump, and then we'll be done with this. All right, talk to you guys later.